Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Be louder. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our group today. This is meeting 450. Just as a reminder, let's silence the cell phones and any mobile devices so that we are not disturbing the speakers. Also, if you have to get up, do so quietly so that, again, we are not disturbing the speakers. And ideally, we want to have high engagement, so don't be afraid to participate and volunteer for table topics and other roles. All right, with that, I will hand it over to our Madam President, Maria.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. We have two new members today, and my name is Maria Kovaleva. I'm a Toastmaster present for this period of time, and we have a guest, BJ. Thank you for coming. I hope we will show all our potential today for you, and we will be easily converted to a member. And Vivian, hi Vivian. We have Amber here as new member.
Yep.
We have Priyanka as new member. She's not here, and we have Julie online. Do we have anybody else online that I cannot hear? I cannot see. No,
That's
just
it.
one member online. Cool. So let's proceed with meeting number 450. And for today, I came with a idea that I heard recently, the idea of contextual confidence. It's not general confidence, but the confidence when we sometimes feel very at ease in some context. Like riding a bike, we can be a pro riding a bike, but then we leave our bike in a garage and go to Toastmasters, for example, to publicly speak, and here we are not that confident. But when we are trained in speaking and leadership, this skill comes with us everywhere. We cannot leave it as a bike in a garage. We have it all the time. So this, being a professional or being trained in the context of public speaking and leadership, opens the doors in the world. It actually creates the world. The communication changes the world. It creates the world. So let's be courageous today, getting out of our comfort zone and be engaging in the communication today. And also today we have one open role of general evaluator. Who wants to be a general evaluator for?
Maybe Julie.
Maybe Julie.
Julie, will you help us?
How do you feel about it?
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
So let her know what it is.
Oh, would it be easy for?
Oh,
I don't know.
it's really easy.
I'll take on that role. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't.
So,
I do. I will pull up the. Basically, let me pull up my duty,
description?
and I will be happy to.
Yeah. So basically, it's overseeing the meeting. What could be improved? What went well? How smoothly it was the meeting. So, just general evaluator of the meeting. And thank you for accepting the role. And
Of course,
everything
thank
else
you,
is
Maria.
covered, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's proceed, and please, Toastmaster, Chris, Toastmasters today.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you very much. Great opening. You work very hard to inspire us and to come up with ideas and stories to bring to life the concept of a skill, which is like a bike, which we can feel really confident on, but we don't just leave it somewhere. We take it with us wherever we go. So that's an important part of Toastmasters. And I think that's what it talked about in the article today, in the email that I sent out. It was about having this skill set be something that builds confidence for you here, and not just here, but also at work, right? And having it be situational. Sometimes we want to be very entertaining, maybe in front of our family or at some social event, and at work we want to be more concise, more on point. What are we trying to convey, and how are we using the time efficiently? So that's what we're trying to do. All right, so we will use the time efficiently. We try to be prompt with our segments of our meetings. My name is Chris Giannetti. I'm a Toastmaster. I've been in the Los Gatos Toastmasters since 2019. I work in financial services, so I lead a team at Charles Schwab. I do on-site financial planning for NVIDIA employees, and we do a lot of very big presentations. So happy to be here. You're in good company. VJ, come on up. I'm going to put you right in the frying pan over here. Come on up. Welcome, VJ, our new guest. Los Gatos Toastmasters. VJ, you said you were actually a Toastmaster before at Macintalkers. My wife works at Apple, so I'm familiar with Apple, but you said you lived in Cupertino, now you live over here. But tell us about your experience.
It's still Cupertino, like 1 mile away.
Right.
The border of Cupertino, Saratoga, and San Jose, that area.
Perfect, yeah.
So I did attend Macintalkers. Oh,
Yeah, so what I was going to ask you is, how'd you hear about us? And beyond just signing up for a social group focused on public speaking, what are you hoping to get out of this if you pursue it in the long run? What impact of your life does it apply to?
very good question. When I moved to California in 2010, early 2010, and by the way, when I came from India, I was not even comfortable in group situations like this. So first thing I did, I was very technical at FedEx, but I had this problem going to meetings and running the meetings and everything, so I dropped my technical hat and did MBA. That pushed me in certain direction. I had to work with people, opened up. So when I moved to California, I was looking to develop those communication skills when it comes to presenting, working with people, and everything around it. That was the reason I joined, but then work got very hectic. 2 kids, it was a lot to juggle, so I stopped going. And now my daughter is in college, my son is going to college in a year. I have a little more time now. So that's what I thought I'll do, and I searched on Google. This was near me, so I thought I'll try.
Well, welcome. Thank you, VJ. Thanks for checking us out. We welcome our guests to join us 2 or 3 times. And if you feel like it's a good fit, let us know.
Sounds
I'm the
good.
VP of membership, so I'll be happy to give you more information.
Definitely, thank you.
Speaking about children, I have 2 daughters. One is going to be 5 in September, Vivian. One just turned 2, April 21st. Today is a good day. We met with a Stanford doctor. She was born with a kidney issue. On one of her sides, she has a duplex kind of tubing coming up from her bladder to her kidneys. And that causes reflux sometimes, where the urine can backflow into the kidney and create kidney infection. So she's been on antibiotics since she was an infant, and the doctor said it was pretty severe when she was born, so likely not to go away. We would have to do a surgery to reconnect it a certain way to prevent that from happening. And we got good news today that miraculously, the kidney reflux and the bladder reflux is completely gone. He said it was very unlikely to occur, but today is a really good day. We don't have to think about our baby undergoing any procedures and things of that nature. So cautiously optimistic. So with that, happy to be here. Welcome. Oh, what's your name?
Anna.
Anna. Were you here before?
No,
As a
the
guest?
first time.
Okay, come on up here. Put your bag down. Sorry.
She saw us on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay,
The
good,
way-
good, good. Okay, well, before we start coming up, Anna, you're a guest tonight, please, come on.
Oh, what?
Real quick. All right, so
Wow.
what we're trying to do here, we're all practicing. We have a structure, but we're here to practice. So we know your name, you saw us on Instagram.
Yes.
Why are you here? What are you hoping to get out of it?
Well, first of all, of course, to be a better speaker, to be, practice public speaking, because if you don't speak, you cannot practice it in theory or by yourself. And just to meet you guys, to expand my network, and be useful if I can to anyone. So, yeah.
I love that.
And I came here because I saw my friend here. So.
Maria, thank you very much.
I was not expecting.
Someone did an icebreaker recently where they said, I want to introduce myself by telling you how I can help you. And I thought that was so wonderful. They were in like the VC world, alternative investments, and they said, let's talk about how we can work together and help you. They're retired now, but they had a lot of information to share. Okay, so let's get on with our night here. Tom, if you can pass down an agenda for our guests or anyone that doesn't have one. And also, Julie, if you go on to LosGatosToastmasters.org, you can find our slides for tonight with the agenda for your viewing. We have 2 speeches. Maria is going to talk about a speech called Going Nuts, Defining Mentorship in Toastmasters. and that is her level 2 project 3 on your pathway. So pathways, for all of you that may or may not be familiar, is our educational pathway. You get in one, and then you progressively go through the different levels and you grow as a speaker, okay? The next one is a speech by Chirag. He's gonna be running for Division D position, and he needs to get the votes from those that want to support you, and hoping to get some from us and other clubs, of course. And so not only would you lead, you're leading 4 clubs now, and you're a participant here and an officer here, but it'd be maybe 12 or 16 clubs if you got
Yeah, I
that
think
role.
Six areas and
Wow.
about 30 clubs. Yeah.
So for those of you that may not know, not only do you practice public speaking, but maybe you're kind of a senior manager at your work and you're like, what would it be like to be a director or a VP and have to influence and drive results with an organization without them being paid, right? You don't have that monetary motivator. You have to just inspire and lead and have them do the things you need to happen just because it's the right thing for the organization. So, you know, if you have the bandwidth and you don't have 2 little kids at home, or maybe you do and you just make it work, now's the time, you know, stretch that muscle. Okay, table topics with Vivian. So Vivian, give us a little sneak peek of what the topic will be tonight for table topics.
May I know how many people we're gonna have today for table topics?
Maybe, probably 2 to 3.
Okay, then I actually make it a little bit of kind of connecting one story to the next, so we can come up with a complete, a bigger story
Impromptu,
altogether, right?
okay.
Yeah.
So we have prepared speakers, and then we also have a moment where those that don't have a role or a speaking slot can come up and just do an impromptu 1 to 2 minutes,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
that's what Vivian will help us with. Our speech evaluators are Melissa, fantastic educator. She talked about visualizing, or UC Berkeley and just her whole career in life. And we were all inspired by that speech. That was her icebreaker. It was amazing. And then Ray will be helping us as an evaluator for Chirag. Always very
Yes,
good
sir.
comments from you and very positive. So that's the art and skill of being a good evaluator, right? How do you give someone something constructive that they can take and use and make themselves better, but not crush them at the same time, right? This is a very supportive group. And then functionary report, Sung Hwa. Your first time being the timer, sir. Come on up.
Okay.
Come on up. And Sung Hwa is a courageous speaker. He's always focusing on getting better. He's very consistent with his attendance.
Today I'm timer, and the first timer, according to the rule, the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And in 5 minutes, I show the green, and 6 minutes, I show the yellow, and 7 minutes, I will red. And the topic is and 2 minutes, and 1 minute with green, and 1 30 minutes with yellow, and 2 minutes with red. I think the timer is not just only record the speech, the time. I think it may be manage the time. So I want to every guy help me about the time rule, never take over time. But if you want to over time, I have reward because we can together sit down. You can speak more 1 hour, 2 hours. I'm a good listener. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. They did say in that article earlier that if you're at work, maybe make a joke and lighten it up a little bit in the room. And I think that's what you did. You made us all laugh, and that was really fun. So thank you for that. We have Amber, all counter. Please welcome Amber. And talk to us about this seemingly small but very important role of being an all counter.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Hi, I'm Amber. I'll be your all counter today. This means that I will try to count the number of times you use filler words by speaking. Filler words can include so, I will also try to take note of the times that use a strategic pause instead of a filler word. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Amber. We don't know until we're told that we're doing too many of those, and then we're like, wow, it's a little much. So let's say maybe if there's 10, just say 5 plus.
Yeah.
soften the blow a little bit, but definitely what are the suspect words, right? Is it is it like, is it, what do we say a word twice, like I tend to do, back to back? Grammarian Tom, please gingerly run up here and tell us what this is all about.
Stole my
That's
thunder.
an easy word.
Stole my
So
thunder.
let's work with that tonight.
Okay, yeah, finally a word I know. Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the grammarian for tonight, and as grammarian, I will be listening closely to your speaking and be looking for phrases that catch my ear in a good way or a bad way, and then report at the end of the meeting. Tonight, also, we do word of the day, and tonight's word is gingerly, and the goal is to use that word as often as we can tonight when we're up at the podium. Every time we use it, Chris gives you $5. So, well, he's in such a good mood today, and with the great news about his daughter.
Today's the day, what's gonna happen?
Today's the day. Today's the day. So gingerly, what does this mean? It's an act or manner described as gingerly is very, an act or manner described as gingerly is very cautious or careful. It's a delicate subject, and we need to approach it in a with gingerly care and tact. Tom drank from an open can of ginger ale in a gingerly manner since it had been sitting in the sun for hours. Let's use it tonight. Thank you.
Have fun with words, try to interject them, and sometimes we forget the whole meeting to say it, but when you hear it, you're like, oh, that person worked it in. Very good, very nice. Oh, he took my agenda too, look at that.
Oops.
No worries. Okay, finally, we have Julie talking to us about being a general evaluator. What is that role, and how do you help us during the meeting? Julie?
Oh, good evening, everyone. So I am the general evaluator. So this responsibility takes on the ability to evaluate the whole meeting and evaluate each person, each speech evaluator, the odd counter, the grammarian, and the timer. So I will basically be evaluating every single one of those.
Perfect, thank you, Julie, appreciate that summary. No, that's great, that's great. Everyone does it a little different, but thank you for your summary. All right, without further ado, let us welcome our first speaker, Maria, up. Going Nuts, Defining Mentorship in Toastmasters. President Maria, thank you.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. My name is Maria Kovaleva. I'm a life coach and a president for now, the president of the club. Today, my speech will be the last project on level 2 of Pathways, and the purpose of the project is to clearly define mentorship as it envisioned in Toastmasters. The title of the speech is Go Nuts. What is mentorship? Mentorship is a relationship between a mentor and a protege. A mentor is the one who has experience, knowledge, expertise, and shares with his protege in an encouraging and supportive manner. A good mentor is the one who sees his protege as a whole person, as a unique one with his own needs, skills, abilities, goals, and supports this wholeness during the achievement of the goals for the protege. But to be successful, the relationship of mentorship needs to be not just one-sided, just one good mentor. A good protege is half of the success. A good protege is the one who is adaptive, who is open to feedback of the mentor, who is open to new practices, new perspective, new ideas, and who is dedicated to work towards his goals. In Toastmasters material, there is a distinction between a coach and a mentor. And for me, as a accredited coach in ICF. It was quite a surprise, and I saw where the confusion can start for the person who is introduced to what is coach through Toastmasters. Because what is coach in ICF definition is totally different. So if you want to know what is coach, please go to ICF website and read what is coach in real life. Let's gingerly continue to integrate the theory into practice. 20 years ago, I was working as a crew coordinator in Primorsk Shipping Corporation in Far East of Russia. And that particular weekend, I was on duty, checking that our crew changes going smoothly, safely, and in timely manner. And then I saw that email. The email was actually from the captain of the crew that I was responsible to onboard to the vessel. And the onboarding was in 2 days, actually. And the email read, Maria Dmitrievna, we don't have crew list on hands, and our crew changes in a couple of days. Help. And I'm like, what I am going to do? Today is weekend. I know that captains of the port administration is closed for the weekend. What I'm going to do? And the brilliant idea came to my mind. I decided to share my responsibility with my manager. And I was calling, Alexander Alexandrovich, I'm sorry, it's a Saturday morning, and he's like, Maria Dmitrievna, I know, I read the email. Please print out the forms. I will be outside of the office in 30 minutes. Okay, I shared my responsibility. I did half of the deal. I was left with my imagination. When you don't know what happens, you start to imagine and start to unfold the situation in different scenarios. But in 1 hour after this, I was outside of the administration with signed crew lists. And I was happy. My crew was saved. The crew change will be happening in a couple of days in timely manner. But I have to go to the car and be with Alexander Alexandrovich, who is out of his cozy home on Saturday morning. And what's going to happen? I was in the car, and the only thing he said to me, Maria Dmitrievna, this is for you. He handed me the chocolate bar. And I was reading out loud, nuts recharge your brain. And he heard me and like, no, it wasn't intentional, but sure. We started to laugh. And I still remember that day. Why? Because my manager and my mentor created out of this hectic experience, out of stressful situation, out of dangerous situation for my crew, the opportunity for learning for me as a protege. He shared expertise, he shared his knowledge and experience how to deal with the situation of stress and how to apply proactive approach to problem solving. And this light release of our emotions through laughter was a great, I think, changing point in the whole situation. And how I want to integrate it in Toastmasters experience is that mentorship and the person who can share the experience and show the example in the real world, in the real situation, when you prepare your speech or when you trying to find good topics for your speech. Talk to your mentor, get his opinion, his guidance, and be more confident in your developmental pathway. Thank you.
Nice. Great job. Very comfortable up
It's
here.
really well done.
Good story. you led with the concept, and then you had a really nice story that we can all relate to. And we would hope that if we're in that predicament, our manager would be in a similar way. Not crush our spirit once again, but like build us up and use it to inspire us, to show empathy and grace. So good job. All right, everybody, if we can give her some feedback. There's QR codes if you want to scan the one at the very top. You can go to a Google form, give us some anonymous feedback. We've been doing something new recently where after the evaluation is given, we also have a round robin with some quick thoughts for Maria, you know, what you liked, what she could do differently next time to tweak it and to elevate her speech in the future. So the good thing about Toastmasters is we're always giving you a feedback loop. It's a positive one, and it's also constructive when you receive that feedback. So if you want to scan that top QR,
You have the phone?
or if you're online, lostgastoastmasters.org, and it's on our homepage.
Also in Trello for those, for members.
So you got to show me what day that is.
You don't know? Awesome.
All right. For comments, and at this time, we're going to welcome Chirag up. Chirag is going to be running for elected office, so he's going to wow us and inspire us. And practice his speech, his campaign speech.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Chirag.
Thank you, Chris. All right, so just to give a little bit of background, I am currently the area director for Area E1, and the leadership of Toastmasters in our division reached out to me and asked me to apply for or participate in the division contest or division elections. So under one area there are 4 to 5 clubs. Under one division there are 4 to 6 areas. So the area D or division D that I'm running for has about 6 areas. So I'm totally out of my comfort zone. This is all very new to me. I'm not I'm not really like a politician type, but I'm giving it a try because the opportunity has arisen, and I think it'll be good for me. So as far as it's a 2-minute speech. You can time it. You don't need to give me an indicator whether I'm over or under, just because they are not going to give me like I have to be precise on the election day.
2 minutes?
Just 2 minutes. So just time it. That's all. And my goal is basically sharing my experience of briefly. There are only 2 minutes, so just briefly share my experience with Toastmasters, what I've done, what I plan to do, and those are the things I'm going to talk about. And at the meeting, it's called the business meeting, and it'll be mainly the area directors and division directors, and then the leadership team. So that's the audience that I'm targeting. And then obviously there will be club presidents and club VPs online. So, all right. So with that, I will start my speech. Somehow you can start the timer. And all right. So to start off, I want to thank District 101 for my growth and support, giving a lot of support to me. Especially Wendy Fan, who is the current Division E director, for her mentorship. I learned a lot. As we all know, Toastmasters is a gym. It's like a gym. Even though you don't like it sometimes or it's uncomfortable, it's good for you. So as an area director, I have saved one club that was at risk of losing their kind of delisted from the Toastmasters because they didn't have enough members. So they had only 7 members, and through my connectedness with the officers, they were able to bring back the membership to 12. So that was one of my accomplishments. And then the second thing that I did as area director is added a new club to the area E1, and this was due to my relationship with the district and having communications with them. So as a Division D director, I will work on improving the quality of meetings by having a solid agenda across the division, assigned roles and participation, as well as getting constant feedback from the members. As far as the membership goes, I will encourage all the clubs to add meetups, and so that it's easy to find the clubs in Division D. So those are the 2 things that I'll be focusing on as a Division D director. And just as a collaborator, I'll be working across District 101 towards our common goals. So with that, I hope you vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Chirag. When's the event again?
It's on 11th of
May 11th.
May.
Okay, good. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
And you said you have some competition?
Yes, there's 1 person against me, so.
All right, well, we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, and she's the current area director in that division, so I don't know. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, the incumbent.
Yeah.
So it reminds me that, you're never quite ready for that next role. You always in your mind are going, I need to be ready, I need to do more, I need to prep, I need to have this degree, I need to have this credential before I can do it. But sometimes you just believe in yourself, and then other people believe in you as a result. And you come into the role, and then it pushes you beyond your comfort zones, and you get better and more agile as a result. So hopefully that happens for you. And I know that they nudge us to do certain things at the area or district and whatnot, and depending on bandwidth, you can make it happen, but it's a great experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun too coming up this year. I think in August we'll be in Pasadena. The 100th year anniversary of Toastmasters. There's going to be thousands of Toastmasters in Pasadena, California. Big celebration, the centennial, and there's a lot of ceremonies and workshops and events and a lot of networking, right, that happens. So great place to meet people and get better public speaking. All right, so let's give Chirag a little bit of feedback on his 2-minute speech with our feedback area form. We're going to get into table topics, which is a lot of fun. Okay, Vivian, she's going to help us with table topics. Vivian, welcome up. Let everyone know what this segment is all about, just to reiterate it with our guests and newer members, and let's have some fun. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and congratulations to you, Chris, again.
Thank you.
That's great, good news. And so what table topics are for Toastmasters, especially for our new members tonight? So basically, it means impromptu speeches. Basically, those people who come up to do the speech will be given one topic, and then have to come up with the speech of about 2 minutes, the longest. So it's really challenging in the sense that you need to kind of come up with the idea and organize your thoughts and everything and deliver, right? So it's very challenging. However, it's fun too. And tonight I'm gonna make it even more fun because I think we should make it a more like collaborative speech. So every person will be given one prompt, and then the next person will be given another prompt, but the next person will have to make the story, connect the story from the other person to his or her story. So that's even more challenging, right? Of course. So so today I think that we should have 4 people because I have 4 prompts tonight.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you what those are, otherwise you would have been getting yourself ready and all that, right? So we have 4. So where should we get started?
Yeah,
Today.
our guests and our members that don't have roles get preference on this.
Yeah.
Everyone is equally terrified with tabletop games, but it's always a lot of fun.
And I think the first one will be it's probably has an easier job because the first one get to create whatever the beginning of the story is, right? Those people who are gonna carry on the same story will have like a lot more challenges to do, right? So who wants to volunteer for the first one? Okay, Tom.
Oh, he's good at this. You have 30 seconds to think
You
about
said it
what
was
you
the
want to say.
easiest one, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's why I volunteered.
Okay, so the topic is, what if?
What if?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Easy, easy.
What if? What if? What if?
There we go.
Everybody pays attention because you have to be the one who carries the story.
Chris mentioned that this is going to be the 100th anniversary of the founding of Toastmasters by Mr. Smedley,
Yes, Ralph Smedley.
Ralph Smedley. What if Ralph Smedley never came along or didn't have the motivation to start a club like Toastmasters? Think about it. People like you and me and Sun Qua, we would have nowhere to go to develop our public speaking skills and also improve our leadership skills. What if Mr. Smedley had not taken the time to organize that first club, to have a table topics master, to have a Toastmasters, to have a general evaluator, even to have a grammarian with the word of the day. Think about it. What if this had not occurred? Where would we all be tonight? I probably would be at home watching the Giants on TV, or maybe some NBA basketball playoffs. But instead, Mr. Smedley created an opportunity for me to be here with all of you tonight. What if?
Very nice.
All love to do when he's not here, right?
Wow.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And he got to be a sportsman.
What if?
All right, so what if, right? So the next one will be, all right, I'm gonna tell you the topic after we pick our next victim.
DJ, are you
Yeah,
willing to be a
DJ, he was rubbing his
Okay,
beard there.
let's
Let's
go.
go.
Come on.
DJ.
You still call them volunteers.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Thank you
So here's
for
the,
putting me on the spot.
you're being volunteered, so, all right, so the question is, what if there's no such a person who created Toastmasters, right? Sorry, I don't remember his last name.
Ralph Smedley.
Okay, then, now what? Should we come up with some music to help him think?
No, it's 30 seconds. He has 30 seconds.
Am I being too cruel?
Now what? Now what?
Yeah.
Have fun with it. Just
Yeah.
whatever you want to say for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
I can share maybe my story, something
Yeah, sure.
that I did.
Okay.
So if there was no Toastmasters club, we'll be still needing something or some way to work on our skills. Maybe people like me, I don't know about everyone is in different situation. You can work with people, but for me, unless it is formal like this, it wasn't easy, now it's better. When I came to this country, I couldn't even speak English. In fact, my visa was rejected because I couldn't answer the officer. And then I came here because there was a blanket visa. So you don't have to go to interview, you just, a group of people get visa and you come to US. I learned two ways. I noticed initially when somebody's asking me a question in FedEx, I would say something and I know I'm not making sense, but that's all I could say. And when I turn around, they laugh at me. So I didn't feel bad. I said, one day I turned back as soon as they started laughing. I said, hey, you know what? This is good. If I can make you laugh, feel free to. But every time you laugh, you need to tell me how to say it right. Right? So that's how I started learning my English. And then the second way, I don't know if it was the good way or not, I watch Friends a lot, multiple times. Because English it's not just saying sentences. There is an underlying meaning of that. I couldn't understand at all. First time I watched Friends. There is a laughter background track, right? I had no idea why they laughed, why they was laughing. But now I think I'm okay learning that way. So definitely we can use such methods, and I'm sure if we didn't have Toastmasters, we'll figure out maybe even more, like meeting in some kind of events, different events, and finding opportunity to just talk about something like I don't know, I cannot think of, but finding opportunities not in this formal setting, but wherever you can, like I did.
Great job. Real story.
Great.
I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, great story as well.
Yes.
So now the third one. What if we didn't have Toastmasters? Then we would have a lot of Friends episodes to watch, right? So what's next? Who's gonna be a third volunteer? How about you? Come on, come on up. Today I have just learned that these two words are very good for building frustration resistance. And those two words are, oh well. Oh well, right? So
I need to continue that
Yes.
topic,
we
or I can,
yes.
or I can come up with something else for that.
Well, today is a bit more challenging.
Okay.
We're gonna continue.
All right, well, when I first heard you saying the topic is what if, the first thing that came into my mind, what if I was born American and I wasn't an immigrant? Because that is the question that many immigrants ask when they see all the opportunities that unfold in front of them, but the challenge is not speaking English well, or not having family and friends that support them, or not having financial stability that maybe people who have families have here. And they say, what if I was born here, and plus with everything I already got, I would have that? And I'm thinking, if that was the case, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be in this Toastmaster because I wouldn't be seeking opportunities to be a better speaker in English. So, and I wouldn't have the grit, and I wouldn't have the courage to do the things that I've done, and I wouldn't have everything that I achieved because of, you know, everything that happened to me in my life. So I think we can keep asking ourselves at the what ifs, but in the end of the day, what we have right now is the best out of all the outcomes because it brought us to where we are. So I would stop questioning what if and just look forward. And okay.
Last one.
Okay.
Come on, let's just close the story.
Sure,
right?
sure, of
Okay.
course, of
All
course.
right.
This is
So
fantastic.
the last one. What if, you know, we didn't have Toastmasters, or we were not born American, and born, you know, non-American, and then we watch a lot of Friends, right? Oh well, you know, that's kind of like how we build up our resistance and think of, you know, maybe some other things I could do to make things better. So the last thing is, who's gonna volunteer to take the last one?
There we go. You. Everyone's looking at each other. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
come on.
Maria.
So your name again?
Anna.
Anna. Anna just kind of spoke to the last thing I wanted to talk about. That is, look forward to.
Look
Wow.
forward to.
Yes. There were a lot of things, you know, out of control, but we continue to make things happen. We're, you know, so what we're gonna look forward to.
Actually, I think in the age of so many things that we already have, so many technical progress, so much of technical progress we have as humanity, we can start the question, what if we didn't have internet? What if we didn't have telephone? What if? And then looking forward and questioning ourselves what we are as a humanity, or who we are as a person without all this stuff or technical advances. Because sometimes I think that technology overwhelms us with a sense of that we can do everything, but then who we are without all these technical things. We're still human beings, but what kind of human being? Like what we are here for? What our purpose on this earth? And for me, it's quite entertaining to look forward how everything unfolds and what are we in the essence of human being.
Wow, Maria. I thought it was gonna be something like we look forward to more speeches, more coffees, or more whatever. She was like, oh, the humanity and everything. Oh, that's very tough. Okay, but it's worthwhile. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. So creative. This meeting, like many others, very thought-provoking. And we have such a wide array of experiences and backgrounds here, and we can all learn something from the struggles and the accomplishments, the perseverance. It's really interesting. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Those are real stories. They came from the heart. Yeah. How they all
We are voting
went
for
together. So let's vote for the one name that you think did the best in terms of the off-the-cuff speaking. So first we had VJ.
First we
Oh, excuse me.
Tom.
Tom kicked us off. For sure. What if? Tom, and then VJ, then Anna, and our last one was Maria.
Oh.
So quickly pick one name.
It's the leadership of officers, just two officers from each. And then,
So you probably maybe need to do some networking with the other leaders in other
Yeah, so the almost I've kind of met a few, like, so there is some sort of rapport.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point, we're gonna transition to our speech evaluations. And once again, it's amazing that Toastmasters has been around for over 100 years now, started in 1924 as a global organization in over 348 countries worldwide. In any country that you come from, there's multiple Toastmasters clubs there already
I had no idea.
in their own native languages.
We're connected?
Yes, they're all interrelated and interconnected. There's about 370,000
Wow.
members worldwide, globally, so you can always bump into one. And we've had some gentlemen from Bahrain just drop in on Zoom. Hey, want to hang out and be in your Toastmasters club, or Jamaica, or different places. It's really fun. Well, at this point, we'll go to Melissa. Melissa's going to give us a nice evaluation or a great evaluation for Maria. Melissa.
Good evening, everybody. I have to say from, and I told you this already, from my first time here a few months ago to now, I think we saw you as one of our first speakers. That was definitely one of your best speeches. Really beautiful, clear and concise. So beginning with the highlights, the things that really stood out in your content, you had a really clear introduction. We knew what you were talking about right away. You told us, and I know some people kind of prefer for things to be folded in and not told directly. I'm someone who kind of likes it direct, and you just tell me exactly what I'm going to hear, and then you laid it out on the table, so I like that. You had some nice examples. You had a great transition into some suspenseful situations and how having a good leader and what that looks like entails. You had some really great examples of opportunities for learning and being proactive in problem solving when you talked about the crew list and what happened at the last minute. And a great relation to how your Toastmaster skills carry over into your coaching now. So I thought that was really cool to hear. Going over to highlights for your delivery. So you began with a question, you were engaging, you used a lot of hand motions, you did like the phone thing, you did the this, and you did the this, which I need to get better at, so I appreciated all that. You had nice pauses, you used the word gingerly, great eye contact if I didn't say that already, and really great confidence. It felt good to see you up there having that confidence, and I feel like a little bit of it came back to me. Opportunities, so for content, there was not a lot of stuff that I would have suggested. I did notice there were a couple times where you left out articles, so like you'd said what is coach, what is a coach, little things like that. But again, the nice thing about it is it didn't take away from the speech, it didn't distract you, it just was a tiny little tweak if you want to make it perfect. And then as far as delivery, I had nothing for almost the whole time. And there really wasn't anything that stood out to me. But if I was going to be a perfectionist, then I would say to maybe slow down just a little bit, because you had really nice pauses. But then after the pause, sometimes you would talk a little bit quicker, and maybe it's because I was writing. So that could have been part of it. But I think even just slowing down just a touch would have been, I could have enjoyed all the words, because it was all so beautifully woven together. So, okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melissa. At this point, we'll go around the room. If there's any quick comments from anyone, we can just kind of go down the line. Anyone that wants to jump in and give feedback, something they liked, something they think they noticed that could change to elevate the speech in the future. Who do we got? Who would like to go first? Chirag?
Yeah,
And then Vivian?
I would agree that I see more confidence in your speeches, so compared to before. So definitely.
Red color, I think, helped.
That's a power color tonight. I like that. Vivian?
It's so natural. I didn't feel like you were delivering a serious speech or something. I feel like you were just telling me a story, and I really enjoyed that. So that was great.
Nice flow. Julie, anything remotely that you noticed for Maria?
She was just great. Everything just flowed right in, and she seemed very confident up there.
Thank you.
Any improvements? Anything? Okay.
Yeah,
Desiree?
just because the first time we attended Toastmasters was your icebreaker speech, and seeing your seeing your icebreaker
So you see my
speech.
progress.
Yes, and it's drastic. It's like night and day. I mean, you seem so comfortable up there. It was well structured, good clarity, good eye contact, good hand gestures, And just overall, the confidence and the clarity of your speech was great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, let's move on. Yes, you didn't second guess yourself up here. You didn't share the inner dialogue with us, which was nice. You just came up here and you did your thing. You stated what the concept was, and you backed it up with a story. I don't know if that's that book you're reading of storytelling. That was great.
Yeah.
I noticed a pattern in the beginning when you were talking about the concept of mentor-mentee, where you referred to the mentee as a he a lot, like in the male context. And I don't know if it's like a language thing or if it's just versus they, or making it more neutral. So we wouldn't always assume that we're
Old
mentoring
style, right?
a male versus female, but that's
Yeah.
just some small detail I noticed. Yeah, good job.
He and she, it's very confusing, like language, like to pronounce he and she, and it's like,
Sure.
I decided to go one
Yeah,
week.
just going,
But
okay.
them, right?
Good
Them.
job. All right, so our second speech evaluation is by Ray for Chirag. All right, Ray.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Sir.
All right, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today I was the evaluator for Chirag. And so I'll just start with the highlights, going over your content and your delivery. I thought you had nice background on the definition of the divisions and different roles, because I don't know anything about Toastmasters and the behind the scenes stuff, so that was great for me. I like how you explain the roles and how you're going to make, or the changes that you're going to make and how you're going to improve Toastmasters. So I thought that was great. It was a really short speech, so I don't have much for you, but I'll give you what I have.
Yep.
And then for your delivery, I thought you had good hand gestures and good eye contact. And then going over the opportunities, I thought maybe for content, I think a little more information about the changes you would make would be great. And even though you briefly touched on it, I think if you just expanded on that a little bit, it would really help me. And then delivery opportunities, I noticed you had good eye contact for the most part, but again, this is just constructive criticism, right? I'm just nitpicking here. You tended to glance down a little bit at the center of the table a couple times. Okay, it's just something to work on. And then you used on a couple times.
Okay.
So if you could eliminate that, clean it up, be great. And then as far as, I thought you had good clarity. I rated you 4 out of 5. Your vocal variety was good. I rated you 3 out of 5. Maybe if you could increase your volume a little bit, maybe take up more space up here. Eye contact was good, 4 out of 5. Gestures, 5 out of 5. Audience awareness was good, 4 out of 5. I thought you kept us all engaged. Comfort level, you seemed really comfortable, 5 out of 5. Okay. And then interest, I put 4 out of 5. Well-constructed content. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Evaluation. Thank you. All right, let's go around the table real quick. Any other feedback for Chirag to help him get those votes? Tom.
Yeah, so you started off by saying, first I want to thank, okay, you got to start off with saying, hey, my name's Chirag. I've been a member of Toastmasters for X years. I'm currently a member of Los Gatos Toastmasters Club, and I'm also the area 6 director?
Yeah, E1. Yeah.
E1 director. So tell us your name and sort of just give us just a little background about yourself, because you just launched into, you didn't even say who you were. You say, first I want to thank, now you may be introduced by your name, but still tell people, hey, my name's Chirag, you know, and just a little bit about your background, and then launch into your objectives and so forth.
All right, thank you. Vivian, and then Maria may have had something, or she was, okay, good.
Sure, you were a very soft-spoken person, and you were gentleman nature always shows, but in this kind of context, you will need to show up a little bit more, come up with more forceful speech, like what Tom just suggests. Be very, very objectively speaking about what you really want from the audience. And yeah, I was thinking about all this, you know, campaign speakers and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Maria, thank you.
I agree with the claiming the space with your name and your status. And by doing this, you will be seen as more confident Because I think you can deliver better. You spoke better as a Toastmaster and like in different roles. It wasn't your best.
Okay.
So just speak it more often, like these 2 minutes. You can do it perfect, right? But and claim the space and be the one who can deliver what you promise, right? Like, because they are your audience basically for these 2 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
Persuade them that you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna?
So for someone who is, new to this concept and Toastmasters, the abbreviations and the letters, the area, I couldn't even understand what exactly you were going to be running for. I was trying, is it for a big job? I was trying to figure out. So I think delivering, keeping in mind that not everybody knows exactly the ins and outs and what exactly you're talking about, making it more clear.
Okay.
Pretend that everybody here is new and nobody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll give a more clear introduction, I think. Yeah, that's as far as what I want from this, and as Tom mentioned, right, mention my name and everything, so, yeah.
And try to bring a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, but I mean,
So, yeah.
you might not naturally be enthusiastic, but when you're giving a campaign speech,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to raise it up a little notch and just, not over the top, but just a little more enthusiasm.
yeah, no, I'm working, yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that, yeah.
So I'd just add, before we transition, maybe think about the why. It wasn't because someone asked you to go for the role that you're going for it, right?
Yeah,
Try to
yeah.
challenge yourself that way. It's not just an exercise. There's an incumbent for a reason. And what is your why? Why are you doing this? Why should someone give you their vote? Not only what you did and what you're gonna do, but why do you want this role?
Yeah,
Why do you feel that you're the best person for this role respectfully?
yeah.
Think about that and internalize it. And is it the magic that you have here at your home club, and then you want to share that with other clubs in the area, and then you want to multiply that to other divisions and beyond
Okay.
to help the organization prosper? That may be relevant. So. Okay, great. So let's thank everyone for their feedback. Appreciate that around the table from our guests and our members. And we're going to go to our functionary reports. Sung Hua, come on up, please, sir, and tell us how we did with time.
Good evening. I said I first timer, but today everyone did a good job because everyone obeys the time rule. Maybe I'm a good listener, so people don't want to tell me many things. So the reward is lost. And the time is Maria, 6 minutes 20 second speech. And Chirag, I think you have no confidence. You asked me delay 2 minutes and early speech 2 minutes 4 seconds. Altogether only for about 5 minutes is perfect time. But you asked me delay, so you only speak 2 minutes 4 seconds.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
So manage time is very important.
Yeah, so
Minutes. He was targeting 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
The table topic, Tom is 1 minute 19 seconds, good job. And VJ, 2 seconds, 40 second, 2 minutes 40 seconds, good. And Anna is 1 minute 23 seconds. Maria is 1 minute 8 seconds. The evaluator, Melissa, good job. 2 minutes 19 seconds. And Vijay,
Ray.
Vijay,
I should have.
1 minute 3 seconds because he speaks short. You cannot a little more. I believe you cannot perfect if he speak more time. That's it. Everybody.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you. Excellent. Amber, all counter. How do we do with our filler words tonight? Is Amber on the clock?
This has been really helpful for me since I definitely struggle with this as well. And something to be mindful of just for everyone in the club that I definitely catch myself doing as well is starting a sentence with or so or one of those filler words. That's something I'll also be mindful of now. Oh shoot.
That's so good.
That wasn't even on
Right on
purpose.
cue. Right on cue.
Tom, I'm really gonna try to like not. Okay. Like.
Oh well.
And so you used one or two times.
Okay.
Julie, same, so or a few times. Maria, and I would say are your two top filler words, so try to be mindful of those. Same with Chirag, and as well as so as a third top filler word. Chris, I only noticed and so just one or two times. Vivian, and right is another filler word, which I think is maybe a little bit better than and so, but it's still a filler word. VJ, is definitely a filler word. I wanted to mention though that you had a good use of pauses in replacement of filler words. As well as Maria, I also wrote that down, especially towards the beginning, you used pauses very well to replace potential filler words, and also at the end. And in the middle, when you started to hit the flow, that's when they came in, but at the beginning and the end, it was really, really good use of those words. Anna, is a filler word, and Melissa and Ray, the and but they were all less than 5. So great job, everyone.
Thank you.
It's funny when Ray does it, he has his book out, he's marking everybody, he's so in the weeds, I love it. Great job. All right, so grammarian, Tom, how do we do?
Well, first of all, gingerly, Chris and Maria, I think that might have been it. So we got to work on our gingerly use of gingerly. That's our homework assignment for this week. More gingerly. Some great words tonight. Contextual confidence. I like that.
Yes.
Cautiously optimistic by Chris. Building frustration resistance by Vivian. Maria, like Melissa mentioned, I like how you used the hand. And then even when you put the phone down, you went that. That was great. Good story. I like your phrase. You were talking about the manager coming out on a Saturday. He said he was in his cozy home on a Saturday morning. I could just picture that, like he's being, rustled out of that nice, calm environment. In terms of improvement, one thing that caught my ear is you were talking about mentor and coach. You said, what is coach? Well, maybe go to the website. I think you want to say, what is a coach? A coach, right? Sun Qua, when you were doing the tabletop, it's a yellow card. You said, the yellow card, 1 in 30 minutes. You meant 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay? But, and you give me your report at the end, you were perfect. You broke it up, minutes and seconds. Okay? So that was just probably a slip. And then Anna, I noticed one part you said, everything I already got. I think you meant everything I already have. So instead of got, use have. And then last but not least, BJ, you mentioned using friends to better your English, right? But it's funny, the Giants, they have a Spanish-speaking, San Francisco Giants have a Spanish-speaking ball player, Wilmer Flores. He also learned how to speak English by watching Friends episodes. And every time he comes to bat during the game, they play the Friends theme. It's really pretty cool. So I guess there's something about Friends that helps people learn English. So you're not alone.
What if we weren't here and you were watching baseball?
Yes.
What if?
What if?
What if? It'd be so nice. All right. right, Julie, general evaluator. How do we do? Show us home, and how do we kick it off? How do we end it? Everything in between.
Okay. So everyone did amazing in their roles. The timer, great. Song just did an amazing job keeping track of time. I could see on the corner, I couldn't see his face, but I could see his hand going up and pulling the time and keeping track of the time, which was great. Speech evaluators were great. Melissa had great feedback from Maria, and so did Ray. They were both straightforward. And the ad counter, Amber, I love that she kept track of everyone in the room. That's the first. So that was just awesome. I really like that. Great job, Amber. And then the grammarian, Tom, amazing. So clear, so confident up there. And overall, everyone did an amazing job today, and we are right on time and very punctual.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate that. We did a lot. We had guest intros. We had some very personal stories from 4 volunteers tonight. Stitched together table topics.
I have a
Great
question.
speeches. Yes.
What should I done when I were on stage over there? Because I feel like
Yes.
I was supposed to be somewhere else, but then I don't want to leave the podium empty all the time or whatever. So it's a bit awkward.
Be present, but try to kind of stand to the side. That's what I would say. I felt awkward standing behind people. I felt that was uncomfortable, so I'm going to stand over here next time and not be hovering behind Maria. But that was what I was thinking of.
You felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel.
So just kind of on the side, that would be good enough. Okay.
Yeah, stay up here because you're the host. You're still moderating everything during that mini segment. So I want to thank our members and our guests. Our guest, VJ, come on up, please. Tell us what you thought about the meeting real quick. And let's give VJ a round of applause. And we'll talk up and we'll get back to you. So what did you think? Just some quick comments. How's the flow? What was your experience like?
I would say compared to Macon Talkers, but it has been so long, great meeting. Everyone is very friendly. I think you put me on the spot here, but I was not ready to talk. But I think I was able to say something.
Yeah.
So that was good for me.
Yes.
I didn't have that much discomfort, even though it wasn't easy. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks for being here. We hope to see you again. Anna, come on up, please. How was your experience tonight?
Oh, well, I was completely taken. I thought I'll just sneak in quietly, sit in the corner, listen, and you will be left unnoticed. But well, thank you for putting me on the spot. I felt like I was back in 6th grade in my English teacher class, and somebody finally telling me that I'm making grammatical errors. Thank you for that. Because learning English from Americans is not a great way to learn English. So I really appreciate that, and that was, I think that accidentally I landed on Maria's Toastmaster account. Yeah. I came here, and I believe in serendipity, and I'm happy I'm here because that's exactly what I needed. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm kind of super excited, and I really, you exceeded all my expectations, and I had not.
Thank you. Maria said before when she got an evaluation, she's like, look, I'm here to get better. So, don't try to be too nice and not tell me if there's a better way to say something. Share it with me so I can improve. And she was very genuine about her request to all of us to help her. So we're all in that together, right? All right, with that, it's been an honor being your Toastmaster tonight. I want to see all the new members and guests sign up to be a Toastmaster. It's a lot of fun. Challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone. Let's welcome our Madam President for closing comments. And thank you for having me tonight as your Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chris, for great meeting. And I want to remind about change on the roles. A new officer position will be opened in the end of June. So we are encouraging everyone to apply who feels like to be committed to a position, because right now we have instances that our officers are too busy to be present with us, and kind of they are halfway of the term and already not engaged fully. So if you are ready to be committed for the whole term of 6 months, starting from July, just let us know, and don't engage here too gingerly. Take your courage with you and be adventurous with the opportunity. Thank you for initiatives, Vivian. It was a great option for table topics. Our table topics are very, it's the place where we can use our creativity, basically. Thank you, Tom, for bringing humor to our class. Thanks. It was funny. What if? And Jean-Croix, thanks for your engagement. It's really, it brings fun. It brings your wisdom here. Thank you. Chirag, gingerly is not the option for your speech.
I'm learning to be a politician.
And May 11th, we can vote for Chirag.
Yes, of course.
Go Chirag, go. And thank you, and the meeting is closed for today.
Chris, is there a winner for table topics?
Oh,